A little bit different video today. I'm going to show you guys what I do in the mornings. Today we're going to go put up an opener, and then I'll do one on a door as well when I don't have one today. I had 3 openers and a repair, so but we'll get one in there just so you guys can see how they go up. And this is for those of you that do this for a living. This is just the way I do it.
My way.
It's not the way, it's just the way I do it. So if you do yours different, so be it. Maybe we could share some thoughts instead of dog on each other. But anyways, yeah. But yeah, we'll get a little bit of road footage here. Once we get there, we'll get it all set up and get this thing going. Be back shortly.
Hey, 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 hey. Fast forward, daydreaming about the next time when it's gonna happen again. Cause I just wanna have fun. Come and pick me up, meet me at the spot. Up all night to the sunrise. Pop back cool, get ready for the ride. Don't it feel good? Don't it feel good? Don't it feel good? How you feel? Turn it up a notch, pop up clean room, everyday celebration. Take a trip vacation.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Okay, we're there, finally.
Are we there?
You deserve a day, you deserve a day off. Working for too long, gotta kick back. Turn my cell phone off, wait till I get back.
All right, guys, first things first, I'm gonna get a couple things off the truck. I already unloaded some of the other things here. We'll turn to that here in a minute. But basically, we're gonna be putting up a Genie 3024. And let me go ahead and grab the my ladder and some of the angle and the track, and we'll get right on it.
Don't it feel good? How you feel? Turn it up a notch, pop up clean room, everyday celebration. Take a trip vacation. You deserve a day, you deserve a day off. Working for too long, gotta kick back. Turn my cell phone off, wait till I get back. Ooh, yeah, I did that. Living my life with no regrets. So I titled, link up, pull up on me. We did chillin', at the spot. What time? Anytime. Link up, pull up on me.
Okay, the first thing we're gonna do is get this stuff out. I'll try to do it as quick as I can. I usually use this piece here to put the opening on, and I put what I can on paper so I don't scratch nothing. So your hookup usually goes towards the back. Okay, I just basically take all this stuff out, get it all ready. That way you can just go around and get it put up. When I first get here, I go around and check and make sure all the wires are through the right areas. Just stuff like that, anything that might stop me or slow me down from doing my part. So in these ones here, they only come with one button, and then they usually hand me another button from the office there and the keypad. Well, that one's got. And something else usually on these 3024s, and there's another one too. I believe it's the LiftMaster. I got to say something to them because they only mark it down for one bulb on the work order, and it takes two. And if they don't get a grip on that, it's going to mess their inventory up. So Cindy and Rachel, or whoever's going to be watching, just in case I forget to tell you guys, I've been wanting to tell you, my work order always says that one bulb, and these take two. Okay, basically just get everything out, lined up. How are you going to do it? I'm trying to hurry, guys, that way I don't burn up I'm doing this on my phone today, and I don't want it to eat up. I'm gonna have to delete it when we're done. All right, so I'm kind of getting these ready in different orders here on how it's gonna go up. So when I go to it, it's all there for me. Okay, these go here. This goes with this. All right, let's get turned around. Cut this thing out of here real quick, the rail. Now, in a lot of, if you guys go to buy these from the store, I'm not sure if Genie sells these with the, I think they should. I mean, I don't know, but I do know I put an opener in for a guy, and he went to Home Depot and bought a Genie, similar model to this, but when we got it, I had to put the rail together. It's not much. It's kind of simple to do, but just to give you a fair warning, these are set up, I believe, this way for the installers to get it done quicker. So, but on the LiftMasters, those you do have to put the kind of not all the way together, but you do need to tighten the tension on the chain and set it up a little different than this. Maybe we'll do one day. All right, let's get you down here. Basically, I'm going to unlock my latch now, so this slides around easy, because we're going to be sliding it back here in a minute when we put it up here on the door, so we don't damage the door with the arm. You'll see what I mean here in a minute. And like I said before, this is just the way I do this. I'm sure the other installers, they got different techniques and stuff, which is good.
Yeah? And what's your way?
We should all have our own technique. And I just hit those enough to where they're torqued just good enough. You know, I don't try to overdo it and try to strip anything or mess anything up.
We will be very, very careful.
All right, let's go over here and hook our I-beams up real quick. Now what I'll probably do is, I'll probably do one, and then, so we ain't wasting a bunch of time here. Hold on. Okay, on these, sometimes you'll have one wire on each side, and then sometimes you'll have one on one side and two on the other. What that means is, this is running up and over, and you can tie it together on one side, and when you get up to your head unit, it will only have one wire up there. If not, you guys can see, okay, if not, you'll end up having two wires up there, and you have to tie them together up there. So I kind of like it this way better, where you tie them down here, and I'll show you on that side real quick. Now on these, remember what side you put your red on and what side you put your white on, like red in the back or red in the front, whichever orientation you did it in, because you got to do them both the same. You can't do them the opposite on the other side, because when you hook it up on your unit, it won't work. All right, so these I just mount my bracket here. I'll line it up with this slot on this rail on the bottom so I can get both sides in the same area. Some of these boards are stronger than the others. The other ones you can just zip right in them. Straighten the wire out. Okay, let's go over here on the other side and I'll show you what I meant by that double wire. Okay, so you see this side's got the two now. So I'll kind of run it, leave a little bit of slack there as I do on both sides. Kind of run it, fish it down where it's going to be at. But once they put the drywall up or whatever's going to go on in here, you want to give them a little bit of room and not have it all super tight. And sometimes the electricians that run these wires, they don't give you enough, or they'll have them coming out somewhere clear over there and you got to add to them. So this extra stuff is good when that happens. You can tie some together if you have to. So here I'm just going to do this down here. Like I was saying, you're either going to be doing this down here or up there on the head unit. So you just tie them together here. Hopefully you can see all that best we can anyways. And then I just take these, make sure they're tight so I don't get no loose connection here. Okay, now if you remember right, our red was in the back. Open these up a little more for the thicker wire. So basically that's going to go like that. So the red's going to go on this side. Bend that in real good. Okay, now same thing, top edge, line it up with the top of this slot so we're in the same area as that side, or within range, within close range, because these eyes, they have some accountability for where they're going to pick up a signal. Okay, plenty of wire. Tuck that in a little bit. Sometimes I want to see too. I'll look at these and make sure they're not bent one way or the other. I like to make sure they're parallel or straight. You know, same with the in and out or whatever. Okay, all right. Let's go back here and get our button put in. Okay, on these you'll have if you can see that or not. There's a W and a B, which is probably going to be black and white or blue and white, whatever wires. The white one always goes on the right if you're looking at it. And if you look on the board, it'll have the W there. So just unloosen these a little bit. Come up here. Now see here, they didn't leave us a lot of wire.
I told you.
Always give it just a little bit of a tug. You don't want to pull it to where you're ripping wires inside. But they were real stingy on this one. Cut these little ends off. Not too much, because we ain't got a lot, do we? All right, so I usually wrap them first. The white and the red. And I believe it's MI ohms. They use a different wire that has 4 strands of wire in it, so you'll have 2 different colors and a neutral. So it's kind of a little different on them. All right, so here, the only thing we do here, push that wire in there. Make sure nothing's gonna get screwed to. All right, get our bottom one in. It doesn't matter, bottom or top or whatever. Now these I just run in to where they just stop. Don't ever tighten them. Make sure it's straight. Most of the time always check my button too, make sure it's functional, because if you over tighten these, sometimes it'll make the button stick. So check that part. All right, we got our eyelets in, our button. Let's go ahead and mount our head. Okay, for these, you got your top mounting bracket, the bolts that hold it into the wall, the pin that goes through the track arm, and the little clip that holds the pin. This is for our string. So, we'll pull the door down. Let me cut this light on. Okay. First thing I'm going to do is screw the bracket on. So what we're going to do here is, here's where our arm is going to be on this. This is the 9001 door. So we install these, the bracket for the arm when we're putting the doors up. On the 8000s, uninsulated, there's a bracket on the floor over there that we have to put down right here on one of the cross beams. So anyways, you want to make sure this bracket's in the center and just go right above your spring bar. I usually don't go up too far, usually about 3 fingers, maybe 4, I don't know. Not too far though, and try to keep it centered with that door bracket. Keep it straight. Sometimes when you tighten it squeezes them shut, so if that's the case, take your little bit of your tool like that and open it up some. This one here's got a bend in it too. I don't know what happened there. Maybe on the install. Okay, so now we're going to grab our unit. Make sure the arm slides all the way back. I'll bring my cardboard with me so we don't scratch that thing up. Keep it on the ground. Get it set up just a little bit up there, close. And then we'll take our pin and slide it through there. Sometimes you got to give the ass end of this thing, slide it over a little bit, and then the pin pops through this side. And put our little clip on. It just squeezes and goes right over that pin. Okay, move our ladder back here. Okay, now we want to put this up on the ladder. Okay. Now here's what I was talking about. You see that arm right there, this one. If we had it all the way up here and locked, like right here in this area, when we go to open this door up, it'll smash into the top of that door.
Crash.
So now what's gonna happen, we'll open the door up, and that opener, it's resting on that top edge of that door, and it's not hurting anything. As you can see, it's coming off the ladder, and just like that. So now what we can do, come over here, we're gonna get a measurement. Oh, I'll try to make sure this is about centered in the door. And then grab our tape, get a measurement here. So we're going from the top of the door there to the ceiling. It's measuring 39. I usually take off 4 or 5 inches from that. So we'll go 34. So we'll make 2 34s. How you doing? Good. Okay, so we're gonna take that measurement. I'm just going to mark these angles real quick. So we said 34. We'll do 2 34s. That's our drops. 34, 34. I got to get up there and see where our, matter of fact, let me do that real quick. Let's see where our trusses, how big of a ceiling mount we have to make. Okay. I think they're running this way. So let me check this one.
That looks high tech.
Yep, there's one. Mark it. And let's see. I bet you this is the other one. Running right along that plug. Yep. Okay, so it's about right in here. Actually, a little bit more, about right there. Okay, so what we'll do here is, we know this is center, and there, on this type of a setup, you're gonna not have an even arm unless you go way over on that side. So we definitely want to hit this one. I usually go over about an inch, come over here and go over about an inch, so that's 28. But you gotta look down, make sure it's gonna hit this outer part of the opener, and it's not. So 28's not enough, we're gonna go 33. 33 will get it, real close anyways. All right. So 33 for that one. We said 34 for the drops. And then on my drops, I usually take off another 4 or 5 inches for a crossbar to keep it from going side to side. So we'll make that one, let's just say 28. So 128, a 34, be safe. Okay, I got them all marked. Let's go ahead and chop them. In the way of that. This is a pretty cool cutter. So you just put it in there on your line, blast it. I have one more in here. Yep. Okay. So that's probably our 34. I'll boot my tape. Over there! Okay, that's our 33. That's our ceiling. That is, I think that's an extra. Let's see here. 34, 34. I usually like to even these up. So I'll kind of make it where these line up good. And I got to cut off just a hair off this one, just so they're even. Okay, those are our drops. That's the ceiling. We should have a 28 somewhere here, right there. That's going to be our cross. Those are the extras. So we'll go like this, go up here and mount this one to the ceiling first. I'll set you back up here, hold on. Okay, let's go ahead. Oh, I got to get some bolts. I thought I grabbed them. Be right back. Okay, let's take this one up first, mount it to our ceiling. So here, I'm gonna try to, I got a couple of lags here. You guys can see, yep. So I'm gonna try to center it up. So we said 33, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16, 16, and one in the middle. Okay, so I'm gonna try to keep that center with that track arm. And it looks like the outlet is where our center is. But remember, our trusses won't allow us to do that. So what we need to do is, I want this just probably, well, it ain't gonna matter. Either way, we're gonna be at a little bit of an angle. So we'll put it about right there where I can hit that one and that one. Let me see where I'm at here, right there. I'm just hoping I'm not on the outside of that over there. Let me try this. Let me grab my my stud finder so I can see. Then I come down and make sure that's straight as, the angle's not all crooked. Now let's see if we're gonna hit with one of these holes over here in this truss. Without this angle finder, yep, we'll be good. Yeah, without this angle finder, you're guessing, because these guys miss them too. And then they'll mud over them. You'll think that screws in the truss, and it's not. And then you're sitting here putting holes in the ceiling that shouldn't be there. That way you're for sure hitting it. Okay, so we got that up. Let's get our ladder back over, get our drops down. All right, take these two first. We'll take that one up there too. Set it on top of this for just for a minute. All right, that drywall dust off there. So then what I just do is take this arm, set it to the side of my unit, and I try to see where, okay, this one here, gonna be one. This one here, we'll put it right there. Basically, I'm just trying to get them to where it's lined up, looking like it's gonna be straight when I put the opener on it.
Straight as an arrow, Charlie.
All right, now we know those are hanging somewhat straight, so probably either one of these, we can go on that and have a tiny bit of an angle, which is not gonna hurt it. It'll give it some sort of support for it moving back and forward. And too much angle, like if these are going down at an angle, these arms like this, this way or that way, that's not a bad thing. Because like I said, it puts some kind of rigidity against the motor. So when the chain's pulling the door up and down, it almost acts like another support, where it's just hanging straight down. So I do like to put a little bit of an angle in mine. Most of the time you can. So this is our cross. What I'll do here is, this is gonna keep it from going side to side. I usually set it about the second or third one down and see if it lines up with the hole down here, and it does. Usually if you take off right around 4 or 5 inches from what these were and subtract it and cut your arm that long, it usually works out almost perfect every time, is what I've noticed. I don't know about you other installers, but that's just how I do it. All right, let's tighten this bad boy up. We'll mount our front and get our wiring hooked up. And I just tap it with this. I don't, because I know if you have to ever take this back off, the screws are almost like, this will strip it if you go too much. And then they're a pain in the ass to get. So I just make sure it's still straight. Basically just hanging straight down. Straight. I don't want to move it too much. You can also watch from the top here on your top bracket there. And believe it or not, just that little bit, it makes it tight. Did I hit that side?
You never can be too sure, you know.
Let me check it. I think I did. Yep. All right. Grab the bolts for the mount the arm on the door, and I'll move you guys over there. Okay, we brought our bar back up. We got our hardware. So I usually try to put the shorter end of the J on first and try it that way. Slide my pin through, take my bolts. Now here, you want just a slight angle. You don't want too much, and you don't want it straight up and down either. So right about right there. And if it doesn't work, switch that arm around this bottom J and try it again. One way should give you what you're looking for. So these nuts here on these bolts, they're lock nuts. So all I gotta do is hit them. I just take this. Now these you wanna make sure are tight. You don't wanna be coming back on a service call because you didn't tighten these up. That's it. Now we can put our pin in here because we know it's right. Now in this, what I do is, I'll show you what I do. Get it to about a good length, wrap it around, put my knot down here, tie the top one, then I'll show you what I do with that so it doesn't slide on us. All right, we're getting ready to open this back up and go back to the unit. All right, and here I think, or I know, a lot of the installers are gonna think I'm crazy for doing this, but
Are you crazy, Montana? Are you crazy?
I use wire ties on my stuff, and if I ever have to add wire, I tape it up. I don't leave nothing open. Too many of the units have gone bad because wires have been left loose and they've touched somewhere. I've witnessed that on a couple places I've had to go do service calls at, and that's what caused it. The wires touched up here. All right, so what I do here is I usually try to go straight through somewhere and keep it straight. Go easy, you don't want to shave your wire here on the angle. Just whatever, keep it straight as you can here. Try to give us enough. So we gotta go down, okay. So, put your wire tie here.
I also have zip ties.
Get this feeding through where it goes. Yeah, and the wire ties make it look clean too. So when the homeowner buys his house and he sees all this, or if somebody asks who done it, it's gonna make us look better, it looks better, it works longer because nothing's touching. I'll also put one on these. Yeah, and guys, these wire ties are $2 at Harbor Freight for a whole big pack. So if it's gonna make your install look nicer and it work better, why not do that? And why not tape the wires if they're raw? You know, I've seen too many left untaped. I get it, it's coming out of our pocket, but we are subcontractors. Okay, leave me a little bit there. Put one more here so it's straight. That's it. Clean these up. Real simple, clean, everything looks good. All right, now, I was telling you earlier about this pull string. On the top knot, I put a wire tie right up against it. Make sure it's tight, and it'll stay like that. It ain't gonna move, come apart, or nothing. You pull on it all you want. We'll leave that because we're getting ready to adjust it. All right, so here, we'll cut these. This is what I was saying. One's gonna be our photo sensors, the other one's gonna be the button. Clean this up. Strip back about I don't know, a little over 1/4 of an inch. You don't want too much going in or hanging out because then you're making the risk of the wires touching together up here on the panel. Doesn't take much. All right, so what I'll do to test which one's which. Usually on the Genies, the left side is going to be your photo sensors and the right side is going to be your button. This one has a middle one, and that's for the smart remote. So let me test and see if one of these left ones here are photos, and then we'll know which one is the button. Usually you get lucky. You'll see them light up. Yep, I think that's our photos. They light up? I can't see down there. No, that's our button. Let me go grab something to poke that out with. So this should be our button. Let me just test this one because sometimes, yeah, that's our button. All right, so we know these are our photo sensors. Now this will only work one way with this, and then I'll pull these up, clean it up there once I get it in. Okay, now on this one, I believe you can use this one. Let me try something here because, all right, to set these, you just press and hold the button, the direction you want it to go, and it'll start blinking. I'm gonna set the open first, so it'll catch our arm. And we just want it set to where the door is just above the opening. Hit the square button to set it, and the light will go off. Now we'll do our close. Let me show you guys, since you know what I'm doing up here. Try to show you where I set it at. All right, I'm gonna set the down. Press and hold the down arrow. It'll turn blue, start blinking, hold it. I didn't hold it good. Now on these models here, the 3024, and I believe one more, it'll start going slow at first. It's for safety, then it takes off. And in the wintertime, that sucks when you're trying to get in and out of these places because it's so cold, or get your door shut so you can get a little warm when the wind's blowing like crazy. And as soon as it shuts, and I'll look at my top chain and tap it to where there's not a lot of pressure on it. I like it to be relaxed, but door shut. All right, hit my square, that's set. We'll grab our buttons and program them. So on that one, range. Okay, so now press and hold the square button and it'll start blinking. Now we can start tapping the button so it learns it. There's one. Then what I'll do is, I'll hook them up here. Or the home motors or the super can get them off of here, and we'll put the instructions up there too. All right, we got one more. Press and hold, blink, start tapping. We'll do our keypad the same way. Well, what happened? We'll try it again. I think I waited too long. Yep, it's picking it up because I can see it. Let's thing has got a dead battery in it. Huh. All right, let's do this. Make sure this one's still all right. Yes. All right, let me set my keypad real quick, just to make sure that we don't have a bad button or something. I think I have an extra one out there to test with. All right, so on the Genies, okay, so on the Genies, it's, there's usually instructions on whatever one you have to tell you how to do it. On these, it's, if you want to set a new code, which I set these to 1, 2, 3, 4 unless I'm told any different, or if a super wants it 0018 if the unit's 18, or 0124 if it's the unit's 124, because sometimes they'll tell you that's what they want them at when I'm on site. So this one is 357 program, put in 1, 2, 3, 4, program again. Okay, now we're set. Now we'll press and hold this. Get it towards learn mode again. Hit 1, 2, 3, 4, enter, keep hitting enter. There we go. All right, so that's programmed. So we might be running into an issue with this, because that's the only one I've taken. Maybe or the battery's dead or came loose. So let's open it and see. Yeah, the paper's pulled out of it. I thought maybe the piece of paper's still stuck in it. Let's try it again. I mean, if not, I think I maybe have a spare to try. Press and hold, flashing, start hitting it. It ain't taking it. All right, let me go see. The funny part about it is when you do that, you can see the light flash when you're hitting this button. So why it's not reading it is beyond me. Let me stop it. Yeah, it picked it up. Okay. All right, we're good there. Put this on this side. Make sure these wires are nice and clean up here. Nothing's gonna hit nothing. These are good. That's good. All right, let's put our bulbs in. Sometimes I'll mount this on the wall and then program it. Other times, I just wanted to show you guys. I usually mount it and then I'll run back, hit the button and run back and do my code. All right, let me grab like I said, the bulbs, the cover, and the instruction manual. We'll put it up here for the homeowner or the super or whoever needs it. Like I said before, 2 bulbs on these units, not 1, guys. Not being a smart butt, just letting you know.
Smart ass.
So your inventory ain't screwed up in a year when you're saying, why do we have 100 bulbs left? When it said because you're only putting down 1. I think this one goes in first.
You're doing it wrong.
Dum-dum. I know, Chris. You probably looked at me and said, the other way, Steve. All right. Put this up here. I didn't put enough. I should have grabbed that other wire tie. That's all right. I'll just put it up on this one. I like to put it where it's tight on the wire tie so it don't fall out. Okay, we're done up here. Let's go mount our pad and clean up. We're done. Okay, on these, you want to mount them on where the porch is going into the house. You don't want to mount them on the other side. So when you pull up, your porch is there and you just hit your button. You know what I mean? Okay, so pretty much first bolt, I go, yeah, this got the slot at the top, about eye level. And these are, I might have to pre-drill this. Some of them are, you can't get that screw to go in them. A little tight. Okay, good. Get your slot on the top, make sure it's straight. That's it. Put our batteries back in it. Like I said, I usually mount these, set my new code, shut it. When I'm done, I'll come hop down up the ladder real quick and program it. But I wanted you guys to see how it was done. All right, guys, that does it for this install. We're gonna get cleaned up here, load the truck up. And like I said, when we do a door, I'll get that on film for you guys, tape, film, whatever you want.
What's it called?
And so we can get that, one day for you guys. And like I said, some of these openers are different. I may go ahead and do one in the future, like on the Lift Master with how you have to set the track up on it. Because that's kind of similar to the ones if you go to Menards and buy their, I can't think of their units now. Anyways, same kind of way. You got to put on theirs, you got to put the bars together, which is not a bad deal. And then you run your chain through it and you got to put your pulley at the bottom, put your chain through it, then put your pulley in it, and then hook it up on the head, then tighten the slack up on the chain. With these, it's pretty much all done inside the unit. We mount them to the head, 4 bolts. It's ready to go up, and get mounted. So, but yeah, let me get packed up here. I'll show you guys one more thing. We'll do a walk around. That'll do it for this video. All right, guys, let's do a quick walk around here. So there's our wall button. Everything's working. Door shutting. Got the nice clean install. No wires exposed. Everything's straight. Right down the center of the door. No binding, no nothing. One other thing I did when I got here, I checked to make sure the door opened and shut good, so there was no binds in it. Because sometimes installers get in a hurry. I even do it sometimes. I've been trying to watch myself on that here lately, like readjust everything when my doors are up. And you guys will see when I do a door video, but I just check and make sure none of the rollers are tight and dragging, so I can manually open and shut it easy. And then I put my opener up, just so nothing's in a bind, and it saves us, the installers, from coming back and having to readjust the door when it took me 2 minutes to adjust it. And I hope I get the same courtesy from my fellow installers, because I do it for you guys. You guys are watching this. That way we don't have to waste a trip clear to Delaware to just adjust the 2 bolts, so I always check that before I start, just so you guys know. All right, so everything's up. I usually come back over here and cut the light off in here. No sense in it being on. And we'll go out here. Oh yeah, our photo sensors, all those are up and running. Everything's good. All right, let's go ahead and shut our door and leave. Once again, guys, appreciate you guys watching. Please like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. You guys want to see more of this kind of stuff, or I'm definitely going to do a door, maybe one other style of opener, so you guys can see how those rails adjust on those other openers. But yeah, thanks so much, you guys. The count on the subscribers is going up slowly, so you guys are doing something for me. Thank you so much.